Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, test. What is going on, guys? Welcome to Bucci Radio. So this is going to be my first episode of my podcast that I'm starting. It's not exactly an episode. It's more of just an introductory, let me introduce myself, let me introduce the podcast type of deal. Most of you guys might be coming from my YouTube channel. You might be coming from my Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever social media that you prefer to follow me on. And this is going to be my new up-and-coming project. This is going to be my baby. This is what I'm most excited about, only because doing podcasts just really helps me meet a completely new market of people who may not have time to sit down and watch YouTube videos, people who may not have time to sit down and read Instagram captions, people who might be commuting to work, who might be having a really busy schedule, people who just want to listen to some educational content, some interesting content, something that helps get them inspired. So that's why I really wanted to start this podcast and get this going, because I feel like I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot of experience over the last couple of years with what this podcast is going to be about, and I really would just love to be able to use this platform to share that kind of thing with you guys. So if you guys may not have found me through social media, you don't know who I am necessarily, let me just give a little bit of a background about myself to tell you guys who I am. So my name is Amanda Bucci. I am a 23-year-old girl living in Los Angeles, California currently. I originally grew up in Rhode Island. 21 years of my life have been spent in Rhode Island on the East Coast of the United States of America, and Rhode Island is where I grew up. It's where I had all of my roots. It's where I went to high school. It's where I went to college, and that's where all my family's from, and it is a very, very small state. So up until I left Rhode Island, I was really sheltered. I was really just trying to live life and find my passion for something. I was not passionate about anything when I was growing up. Not to say that I didn't have passion for life. I just didn't know what direction my life was going to go in for a really long time. So it was difficult for me to go searching for something to do in my life, because that's what you do as a kid, right? You're in high school and you have to find your major, and you're in college and you're hoping that your major is something that you're excited about. And for me, it was something that I was excited about, something that I was happy about, but not anything that I felt passion for. You hear people talk about that all the time. You hear people say, I'm super passionate about what I do. I love what I do. I would do it regardless of whether or not I was making an income, because I'm just so passionate about it. And I couldn't find that for a really long time. It was a struggle for me going through school and not being really good at sports, or being kind of just like mediocre and not being the most popular person. And that's like where my journey kind of started. And once I found fitness, that's the industry that I'm involved in now, it started to ignite a little bit. And finding that passion for something, it didn't happen right away. It was kind of a slow process. But as I continued to grow within it and learn more about it and continue to immerse myself in the fitness industry, I started to find more passion for it. And the more and more that I started to do it as a part-time job by doing online coaching for a little while. I started online coaching about 1.5 years ago, and it was just my way of helping other people find that passion for fitness and find that passion for feeling confident about themselves, feeling good about themselves, having structure in their life, having more education and knowledge about something that is a really personal issue for a lot of people. It just made me feel really good, and I was continuing to feel super happy about where the direction of my life was headed, and that's why I ended up completely immersing myself in the fitness industry and making that a career for myself. I'll do another podcast entirely kind of talking about my journey from start to finish, but that'll come at a later time. This is more of a kind of brief introductory synopsis of where I started and how I got to where I am today and why I'm starting this podcast. So here I am, 23 years old. I live in Los Angeles, California now. I am completely 100% in the fitness industry in terms of my career, my income. I do YouTube videos. I have a YouTube channel that is my main kind of platform in order to spread my message, to spread the message of inspiring people, sending out positivity, self-development, fitness. I am a bikini competitor, so I've been in the bodybuilding world a bit. I am starting to immerse myself a little bit more into the powerlifting world as well, which is really fun and exciting for me. It's kind of a different platform, a different avenue, but still with all the same principles of setting challenges for yourself, setting up yourself for success, setting up yourself to progress and move forward and continue to get better and overcome those challenges with a struggle. And that's kind of what I want this podcast to be based on. I'm going to be interviewing a lot of different influential people in the fitness industry. Over the last few years, I've made a lot of connections, and there's a lot of people that I've talked to that you might be looking up to, and you might be watching their social media and their story and just thinking, wow, this person is someone that I totally look up to. They're super, super successful in what they do, and they're a role model for me. And I'm going to be interviewing those people specifically, talking to them about, of course, their background and where they got started and what their successes are, but also what was their struggle? Like, how did you get past that? How did you get past those difficult times in order to get to where you are? Because we all know that success is not a straight line. It is not a start at the bottom, successfully accomplish everything that's put in front of you and get to the top. That's not how success works. And not a lot of people exactly see all of those ups and downs within someone's life. A lot of people just see the highlight reel. They might just see the successes. They might just see all the triumphs, but they don't see the downfalls. And knowing about those downfalls and understanding where someone came from and where their success came from is really inspiring to help other people find their own passion for whatever they're doing in their life, whether it be fitness, whether it be their career, whether it be acting, modeling, singing, writing, being in the medical field, anything at all that you're doing. You have to be able to know that other people who are successful have gone through the struggles that you're probably going through as well. So that is what I want this podcast to really be about. I want you guys to get inspired. I want you to get motivated to be your own best self and to progress forward on your own by hearing all these other inspiring stories. So that is what I'm most excited about. I'm really excited to get this podcast up and running. So thank you guys for listening to this little introductory bit here. And if you guys want to leave me a review, that would be awesome. I'm excited to get all these interviews going, and I will keep you guys posted on all of my other social medias as to when that is going to be. So if you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, it's at Amanda Bucci Fit. If you want to follow me on Snapchat, it's just at Amanda Bucci, AmandaBucci. And if you'd like to follow me on YouTube, which is where I post most of my content, the most encapsulating of my entire life content, I post videos every other day on the YouTube channel. It is youtube.com/AmandaBucciFit. So thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.